Happy New Year to y'all. This is Before You Watch, and I'm your host, Abwon. My last review was for Encounter, which was in 2020. Man. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, man. I know I try to keep up on top of these reviews, but then things happen, productions happen, projects happen. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, I am back with a new review for y'all, as you can see. And make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because my next review is going to be Let Him Go, which is probably going to drop next week. That's on HBO Max. But anyway, this week my review is for... Oh my God, what is it for? Archive 81 on Netflix. So I didn't see any trailers for this, because normally I see a lot of trailers for movies or shows that are dropping on Netflix. I didn't see any trailers for this, nothing. All I did was I jumped on Netflix one day. I saw that it was trending, and I was like, a horror show. You know, I love horror shows. Horror is like one of my favorite genres. I've been on like a real huge Saw kick lately. I'm trying to like rewatch the whole franchise again. And then I realized that James Wan, who directed the first Saw and executive produced the rest, also executive produced this. So I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis, because a lot of people really don't know much about this show. It's not really getting a huge push, but it will soon. So anyway, there's a gentleman by the name of Dan, and I forget what his exact career title is, but he repairs like old tapes and discs and things like that. So another gentleman by the name of Davenport comes around, tells him he needs him to restore a whole bunch of tapes that were caught in this fire, and he was going to pay him a hefty amount of money. The only thing is, those tapes are like extremely fragile and delicate, that they cannot leave their where they're at. So Dan can only repair them in this facility that's pretty much in the sticks. There's no cell phone service. There's no Wi-Fi. There's no internet. The only thing that he has available to him is a landline and a button that he can push to notify the authorities if he needs a medical emergency, if he needs medical assistance. And that's pretty much it. That right there was enough for me to be like, nah, bruh, I'm going to decline this, because it's just the makings of a horror show. But it's a horror show, so of course he took the job. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that this show is not scary. A lot of people always ask that whenever you say it's a horror show. Oh my God, is it scary? Is it scary? Is it scary? It's not a scary show. You know, I do feel that shows, anything horror themed these days just aren't scary. But they do these things to... And I feel like they're just not scary because everything has been done before, but they do find ways to make it creepy. And the creep factor is really what sticks with you. You know, when it comes like The Ring, when, you know, they're watching a video and then the girl comes out of the TV screen, or Saw, where the people are like cutting off their legs and getting caught up in these traps. These things are just creepy, even though that's more of the gore factor. Archive 81 it can definitely be creepy, and it's not even creepy because you're seeing things like in a mirror, because you don't really see a lot of what Dan is looking for. It's just a very psychological and unnerving show, and that's really what sticks with me. The unnerving part definitely, because it really raises your anxiety, because he's watching these tapes in these rooms that are so dark and so isolated. He's already in an isolated location, and you know he's about to see something crazy. So you're just waiting for it, but you don't really know when it's gonna come. And sometimes you don't see anything crazy at all. You're just watching things unfold, but the events that are transpiring on these tapes are just like so like weird. You're just like, this is like really crazy. I don't really want to get into too much because it'll give it away, but it's definitely a rabbit hole. The one thing I really did like about this show is that they really did a great job of making it engaging, because essentially all you're doing is watching what Dan is watching. you're just watching recordings. He repairs the tapes, and then he has to rewatch them to make sure that everything is repaired, right? So he watches these tapes, and what he's watching is a woman who is conducting a documentary on the residents of this apartment building, and she's walking around with a camcorder pretty much the entire show, and she's filming something. So you're watching Dan watch this woman film somebody else. So sometimes it can go from found footage aesthetics where it looks like Blair Witch Project, but then it'll take you right into the scene. So whatever's going on that the woman is recording is literally happening in real time. But then you forget that you're watching something that's pre-recorded and that Dan is watching that in real time. So there's things that's going on with Dan that you completely forget about until you see them zoom out and see what's going on with him. It's definitely really, it's like a universe within a universe, but it's so dope the way they do it because it makes it so engaging, because you're like, wait, this is the past that I'm watching right now, but it's intertwined with the present in some degree. So the way that they do that is definitely dope. And there are some things that are going to have you like second guess looking into the closet, but you're not going to see like an alien like walk across the screen or like a demon hop out like the bathtub or anything like that. It's not gory at all. I don't even think there's any. Oh no, there is some blood in there, but not too much. I will tell you this: question everything when you watch this show. Just question everything. Even Dan. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially Dan is just there to just watch these tapes. But even things that go on with him, you're kind of like, is this exactly what I need to be watching? Question everything. The pacing is really on point with this show. The episodes are like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. There's only 8 episodes, so the bingeability is high. I finished it in about 2.5 days. I could have finished it in about 1 day, but I had things going on that weekend. So, you know, you can get in and get out. I think there's going to be a second season. They set it up for a second season, but if there's not, I wouldn't be surprised because they could actually end it after this particular season. The one thing I did not like was I just felt like the final episode, I don't want to say it was underwhelming. I just felt like it could have just hit you a little harder. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watched the final episode again. Like, yo, did that really just happen? But I just felt like if it would have hit you a little bit harder, it would have just had more staying power. Also, I do feel like it needed a few more jump scares. Now, I don't have an issue with psychological horror films or psychological thrillers, but there are some things, some satanic imagery in this show, and I just felt like they could have expanded on that a little bit more. Just show me some stuff, man. Come on, James Wan. Like, this is a guy that does The Conjuring and Saw and Annabelle and Insidious. Like, bro, let me see a demon come out of the backseat of my car, bro. Like, let me see something. Maybe the next season, if they do another season, maybe that's what they're gonna do. I'm not really sure, but at the end of the day, what they did great with what they had. It's just a really good show. It's a really good show. I don't know if I could watch the whole thing from start to finish again. Just because it's one of those shows where once you already know what's going on, it like takes away from it. But it's a good show. Anybody who's like really looking for something that's horror related, that can definitely like keep your attention, that's not gory, that's not gonna have you like, questioning what you saw in the mirror when you got out the bathroom, definitely check this show out. Archive 81. I'm gonna give it a 7.9 out of 10. Definitely a 7.9 out of 10. Make sure you check it out. It's on Netflix. Like I said, it's only 8 episodes. I'm about to jump into Ozark right now. I love that show. I'm about to jump into that right now. So Let Him Go will drop next week, man. Make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I am out of here. Peace.